have said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the UCF Knights, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Buckeyes ready to put toe to leather and get this season started. And he's going to bring this one out. Slips through the line, but got a little room. And there he goes. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. He is headed to the sideline with a little bounce in his step after scoring on that kick return.
And he should have some bounce in his step. How about the effort, weaving in and out, covering all that space, great blocking on the play, and he does the rest. You don't put guys back deep that can't roll. And you could see when he got in the open field, he rolled out.
And the extra point splits the uprights. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They get him corralled, but not before he gets that return out to the 35. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Let's talk just for a second about Ohio State. They lose in the semis last year. Any potential for a hangover this season?
I don't think so, and I think they obviously didn't finish last season the way they wanted to, but having the success they had, David, that opened the eyes to a lot of portal players around the country. They wanted to come here knowing they could build on that and take the next step.
And sometimes it takes those steps, Jesse. Like, you've got to crawl before you walk, and this team, they tasted it. They know what it feels like. They know what it's like to be in the playoffs, and they want more. And they get to take some anger out and some hard feelings out today to start this season.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Leaves it with the running back. Fights off a defender. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground.
All right, great little run there. Listen, it wasn't phenomenal. He didn't get a first down, but what does it do? Now it makes second down easier. The play caller looking at his sheet going, all right, I can throw it, I can run it. Still in a great position. Ready to stay ahead of the chains.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And the pass is incomplete, and there's a penalty flag down, and no big secret why. That receiver was being mauled by the defender. Free yards, first down for the offense after that penalty.
Here we go. Ready?
Looking to throw on first down. The safe call on the wide receiver screen. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Guys, let's talk for a minute about Ohio State. Everybody uses the portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact right hole that you want. And this team, as they start this season, not a ton of new faces here, Jesse.
They didn't, but I don't think it's because there was a lack of effort on the part of the coaches, David. I think they believe they've got the roster in place now to have success.
Yeah, because when you bring people in, a lot of times you tick people off on your own roster. So when you only bring a few in, you cherry pick some elite talent and some real concerns that you have, sometimes it just addresses everything you need.
Makes the catch. And he'll be marked down right there, still short of the first down.
You know, that's one as a quarterback. You've thrown the completion, and you're like, dude, can you just turn around and make one guy miss and go get the first? Or can you just stretch out and get the first down? You need your guys to have a little bit more awareness where they are in the field on that play. And even though they got the completion, it's not enough to pick up the first. And now you're staring fourth down right in the field.
There he goes. That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line.
We're seeing analytics become a bigger part of college football each and every year, and there is a good example of it. Opening drive of the game, you're across the 50, fourth down, and it says run the ball and go for it. Even if you don't get it, your opponent's going to have to drive a ways. There's still a lot of football left to play. Hindsight's always 20/20, but that was an excellent decision by the head coach.
And the Buckeyes are marching down the field. He'll toss it. And that might have been a bad read as the defense just swarms all over the pitch man.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely nowhere to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
Well, no secret, this guy was a big part of their key to success. Already 2 catches on the opening drive, and they go back to him again. This time the defense is in better position, and they force the incompletion.
Off the play fake. Oh, he makes the catch. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down.
That's a nice completion. I know you don't get the first down. You're obviously set up in field goal range here down in the red zone, but because you've got 4th and short now, you may decide to go for this if you're on offense.
So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down.
Let's go. Got it.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got it.
I think the defense was even caught off guard on that one, guys. Not seeing the field goal unit trot out onto the field. They had a golden opportunity there to make a stop and get the ball back without surrendering any points. They couldn't do it, though, and now all of a sudden their backs are against the wall.
They'll dial up the run on 1st and goal. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
And this is an area of the field, man, who can be more physical. And you know I'm going to run the football a lot of times on these goal-to-go situations. 1st and goal, can I be physical? Can I get closer? The defense won that physical battle. Interested to see now if the offense thinks they can still run, or do they go to the passing game?
Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
Quick toss. Touchdown, Ohio State. Great job by the back on the option.
And that is exactly what you love to see as a head coach, watching your offense take the field, first drive of the game, and you're methodical, and you take what the defense gives you. You make good decisions. You don't have negative plays. You don't have missed assignments. That shows your head coach that you are locked in and ready to go.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Bringing it out. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He's got an alley. He's going to get loose. He will score. Touchdown, UCF.
I'll tell you, you're lucky if you're watching a college football game and you see one return for a touchdown. That's now his second of the game. This guy is absolutely lethal. He's shown you his open field running ability. He's shown you his speed. I'll be shocked if anybody kicks his way the rest of this game and the rest of the season.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's going to try to return this one. That gamble did not pay off. Bring him down at the 12-yard line. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. This feels like one of those games you might have to answer every score. Already down 14-7. Got him downfield. Right down the gut of the field. The 30. He's at the 10. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
One of the reasons this offense is exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, gets you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
All tied up and just about set to kick it away. And he'll bring it out of the end zone. He stopped there, but a good return coming out of his own end zone gets it to the 28. Timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. The give to the tailback. He breaks a tackle. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. They'll give it to the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Man, oh man, the ball carrier is just shut down.
And I tell you what, they need some push up front too, right? They got to move those defensive linemen out of the way, at least create a hole so the running back has a chance. Not there. He didn't have any.
The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Flushed out of the pocket. They're going to mark him just inches short of getting that 1st down, but he is so dangerous when he takes off on the scramble. Let's see what they do on 4th down. territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you have a prominent jawline and an urgent resolve. They'll go for it. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
I think that's a big advantage of having a tiny quarterback, right? Is he can find little creases to wedge his body into to pick up short yardage plays like that on the QB sneak on fourth down.
The Knights have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Bought a little time, lets it go. Got his man on the right. Fighting off the defender. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Knights are rolling down the field. They go to the ground. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
Man, when I can run the football like that on first down and create 2nd and inches and stay way ahead of the sticks and be in a position now where I can throw the football or run, I will have a lot of success on the offensive side of the football.
Running back searching for a hole. And a good pickup to move the chains, and the clock will expire, and that's how they'll be set up to start the second quarter. Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. That first quarter set the standard, and we hope we get a lot more of that here in the second. They've got a first down here to open the period. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fires on the move. Touchdown Knights! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. And listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive.
21, Ohio State, 14.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
I love the quick decision the QB made there on that RPO, knowing he wanted to get it out of his hands fast. He just needs to make a more accurate throw moving forward.
This is where you make the money on the drives. Ball at the 30, it's 3rd and short. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Out of the shotgun on third down. Gets it out quickly. He gets it so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
They're in their own territory, but they are undeterred. 4th and inches, and they'll go for it. They'll run the sneak for it.
And 4th and inches, you know what's coming. You know they're going to run the quarterback sneak, but it's one of the hardest plays in football to stop. You got to find a way to dive from the defensive line spot and stop the feet of the quarterback, and they couldn't do it. And listen, they only needed inches. That's what makes it so difficult to stop.
The Buckeyes with the 1st and 10. This is a designed run. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
With the carry. Loses 2. Brings up 2nd down.
Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. Quarterback floating away from pressure. On the run, fires downfield. It just left that pass short. Not enough juice on that one.
When you talk about versatility at the running back spot, you got to talk about this guy in the conversation. He already has caught a touchdown on this one. They're still trying to throw him the football. That one goes incomplete, but I would keep this up if I'm on offense.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to the big tight end. He's got an open man. Open field on the right. Touchdown, Ohio State. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Man, football, there is so many weapons now with small slots and big wide receivers. And then you got the tight ends now that have the speed to catch the football, chew up ground, and get to the end zone and make those big plays like he did right here.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They make the tackle at the 39, but a really good job by the return team there. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you got to find somebody that can make a play to create something. And listen, if they're scoring anyways, let's be aggressive. Let's blitz more. Let's make sure we're making them feel discomfort in some way, shape, or form.
Grab near the marker. It's Montgomery. He goes out of bounds across the 25. Mark it at the 24. And this defense, its head is spinning.
And this defense is figuring out early in this football game, man. They've got to be dialed in because this passing attack, it's lethal because they get it to their speedsters, and after the catch, they're really good. Got to tighten up that coverage and get those guys on the ground when they catch the football.
Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19. All right, guys, let's talk a little UCF. Doesn't matter what time of season it is, a top 10 win is a top 10 win, and you know the underdogs would love to make a statement.
No doubt about it. We've got a very low number beside your name. You're going to get everybody's best shot, and that's what this team is expecting from their opponent today. A lot of eyeballs watching this game, David. A lot of expectations on this team. Now it's time to see if they can deliver.
Yeah, and the offseason was so much more important when you know you're playing a highly ranked team just
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, UCF! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score. These two guys, they just shared a glance, and they knew exactly what to do, Dave.
And how many times do we hear that? The quarterback talk about him after the game and go, hey, I just looked at him. He knew what I saw. I knew what he saw. We're on the same page. We've done this before. That chemistry equals big plays.
And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, back to your game in a moment, but first we have to show you how the script is being written here. Penn State is currently trailing in this one, but there are more people in Beaver Stadium today than most American cities. The crowd alone can help turn this game. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to UTEP. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business, gentlemen.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They're down by a touchdown, but hoping to dial up some plays and pull even in what's turning out to be intercepted. The defense has set him up. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover.
And what a great moment for that young man right there. That's his first career interception in college football. He's a guy that's worked so hard. He wanted to make an impact for his defense this year and comes up with a massive play right there.
This offense has it with really good field position. They'll go to the ground. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. Let's take just a minute here and talk about UCF. By no means was it a transfer portal exodus, the number of guys they lost among the fewest in the country, but you do wonder if things have just become really transactional in the sport right now.
Well, this is a team that had a lot of success last year, and a lot of their key players want to build off of that. So to me, not a big surprise that these guys decided to stick around.
Yeah, it's cool to see it, man. You don't see a lot of this in college football nowadays. A lot of people leaving. They're doing a good job of retaining their guys. They must have built a really good culture.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They'll try it over the left side. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. The Knights are threatening on 1st and goal. They'll try to power it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Knights!
And this offense is firing on all cylinders right now. Starting the year, game 1, and creating a little bit of a pad and separation at the end of this first half. But you can see why so many people are really excited about this offense this season.
And they stay on target with the extra point, up 35-21. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And as the ball makes its way into the end zone, it'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. They'll leave it with him. Creates a little room. Turning it on. The 30. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Buckeyes. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. What an explosive eruption into the end zone by this running back.
And this back does it a lot. That he makes big plays. When you can make big plays like this, it makes everybody's job easier. Oh, we can play action. Oh, we can throw it. But it starts with the run game, and this guy's setting everything up.
One-score game, still the first half, and they want the ball right back, going for the onside kick. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball.
And you don't see a lot of these. You don't see a lot of onside kicks earlier in the game, especially in the second quarter. You still feel each other out. You're still getting into the game. You don't want to give away that momentum, but that's exactly what they did by failing on that onside kick.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Off play action on first down. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
And that can be frustrating to watch running backs not make plays like a receiver, but they're not a receiver. And a lot of times when they have the guys around them, the focus that receivers have it doesn't exist in them. And you can tell just dropped the football, lost a little bit of focus, but I think those footsteps were close enough where he hurt.
Behind the chains now on second and long. They'll try the run. Can't get him to the ground.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Hang on, Swoopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on third down. He'll try to do it himself. Out of bounds at the 24-yard line after the huge pickup. The Knights will snap it on 1st and 10. Motion from the wide receiver. Here's the handoff. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Right back to the well. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. Fake. Plows through the defense. They were banking on the yards after the catch, but that went into the negative column.
And I'm banking on the ball coming out quick. When I'm a defense and understand 3rd and short, understand they're going to throw the ball really quickly, try to make a play. The defense knew it, broke on the football, made a nice tackle to force a 4th down.
There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Ohio State.
On 4th down, they could boot the field goal, but looks as if they'll go for it. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Here as he throws, that ball never had a chance, and they'll turn it over on downs.
That is a great job by this defense, coming up big on 4th down when it matters the most. You could tell they were dialed in. They knew they were going to throw the football. The defense was locked in on the quarterback. Great job defending the pass, forcing the incompletion on 4th down.
Here's a heat. Looking to scramble. And a sack all the way back at the 5. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. The Buckeyes now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Using the quick game. And they get him down. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. On the option. Now the pitch. He stopped at the 23 and still a ways to go to pick up the first down. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. They've converted every time on fourth down. 3 for 3 so far. They'll go for 4. Off the RPO, complete. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
Just couldn't find an open man. He'll get rid of it, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Back to throw, and they've got to be aware of the clock. Under fire. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Just enough time for one final play of the half. These corners going to give them some space. Looking to throw on first down. Sends it downfield. Intercepted. Big play. Stops the drive. And he's dragged down after the interception, and that's how we'll close out the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Knights will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well, because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
They'll bring him down, but not before he put people in the spin cycle.
And that quarterback can go. Just another guy in another system all across college football. All quarterbacks nowadays, they got so much speed, it's ridiculous.
Man, I'm telling you, that has to be exhausting for the defensive lineman trying to chase down guys like that.
It's silly because even when it's a design play and it's a design run like here, fine. But then it's scramble plays and then it's passing plays. He's always a runner, just exhausting.
Well, obviously a really nice play by the defense there, stopping the option, but I think that's on the quarterback because it looked like his pitch option was wide open. That ball should have gone to the running back out on the perimeter. It looked like he had some open field in front of him to go make something positive happen. This quarterback's got to make better decisions. It's not just the passing game. It's in the run game with the option, too.
His junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Now staring at a 3rd and short from the 40. And he'll be marked down, but he's got enough to move the chains.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Quarterback keeper. Got enough for the 1st. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, I don't know what the quarterback saw on that last play, but he made a pretty quick decision that he was just going to tuck it and run it, and his offensive coordinator is glad he did. How about the speed by the QB on that play?
And the Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will.
Yeah, and it's a nice decision by the quarterback when you run these RPOs. Man, if you can give it to him and you can get such positive yards like that, continue to do it. Make that defense react a different way, then I'll throw the football.
The Buckeyes can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Just feeds the running back. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the 1st down.
Well, they needed 2 yards for that 1st down. The running back doing just enough to make sure he keeps this drive alive.
The Buckeyes back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Working that left side now. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. Good, solid pickup on that play. Long drive continues as the offense keeps working the ball down the field. They'll go up top on 2nd and short. Now he's going to break the pocket. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20.
That middle linebacker just wanted it more, man. He came right up the middle. He was able to beat and cross the offensive lineman's face and work his way to the QB.
And the Buckeyes come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. They'll try to get it through the air. Grab near the marker. It's Brooks. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6.
That is so deflating on defense, too, because in your own red zone, 3rd down, you need to make a stop. You know they're going to throw to the weapon at tight end, but it's one thing to draw it up on the blackboard. It's another thing to go execute and prevent that guy from catching the ball. He's so big. He's so athletic. He could have the perfect play call on, and he's still picking up the 1st.
Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll run it. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And on that situation on the 1-yard line, the defense brings so many guys. Palmer gets in the backfield, creates the negative play.
Yeah, I think we're seeing the overall athleticism of this defense. They've got guys flying to the ball.
Let's see what the offense dials up on 3rd and goal.
Music no! Music no!
A design run for the quarterback. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down.
Man, it has been a long drive offensively. I just feel like you got to pay this off and be aggressive. You're down close. Punch it in for a touchdown here, Pollock.
Yeah, and inside the 3-yard line, I think I might try to finish this off with a touchdown. I ate up a ton of clock, wore these guys out. Now they'd have to go the length of the field if I missed.
Fourth and goal from the 3. Let's see what this offense can dial up from here. Let's it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. Quick strike through the air for the score.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. Snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. The give to the back. Crosses the 30 to the 31, a 6-yard gain.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
The end of the 3rd quarter, and we have a potential classic on our hands, all tied up as we take a peek at the stats. These two teams about to find out what they're made of as we open the 4th, all tied up. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. The give to the back.
This is a guy that can find you the hidden yardage. That play, he just pushes the pile to get that 1st down.
Lining up from the 34 on 1st down. Using his legs, it's Perez. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line?
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping him up, getting him on the ground, take away that run game, make him one-dimensional, put him in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. Now the play fake. Skips away from pressure. Caught near the sticks. It's Perez. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
The Knights are flying down the field. Defense showing heavy blitz at the line. To the ground with the back. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
Wide receiver going in motion. Give to the running back. What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss.
That's a backbreaker if you're the offensive coordinator, because on the first down, you ran the ball, had a really nice gain. Short yardage situation, you just get completely blown up, and now you're having to probably dial up the throw on third down. You need more consistency from the guys up front.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on third down. Looking to throw for it. Somehow fits it into a host of defenders. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage.
I think moving forward on third down, this offense is going to have to be a little bit more aggressive and try to throw it vertically. Start throwing the ball around the line of scrimmage against these guys. They've got way too much speed. We saw it right there.
Going for it on fourth down late in a tie game. This is a huge play. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Grabbed in the middle. It's Montgomery. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down.
You got to have better tackling in the back end on defense. The guy didn't have the first once he had the ball in his hand, but because you missed the tackle, they've now got a fresh set of downs.
The Knights come to the line with a new set of downs. Give to the single back. Powers forward, but stopped after a pickup of 2 to the 24.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Wants to go up top. The screen, he can go. Touchdown, UCF! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the fourth.
Man, this defense has their hands full. They're dealing with a quarterback that is pinpoint accurate, making good decisions, and they're dealing with a wide receiving group that has a lot of speed and some burners on the perimeter. They might want to think about playing some more zone coverage moving forward. That's now 3 passing TDs they've allowed.
He wisely lets that one bounce through the back of the end zone, and they'll take over at the 25. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. Breaks the tackle. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
Brings up second down.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Leaves it with the back. Gets it past the marker. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain. Offense trying to keep them off balance on 1st and 10. Wants to adjust the pattern. Oh, he had him right down the middle, and it just squirted right through his fingers, and they miss an opportunity for a nice play on 1st down. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Back to pass. Here comes the heat. He's got the back in the middle. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Man, this is such a hard situation. That clock is your enemy, and you've got to push the ball down the field. But you know the defense is dropping back, so you can take the underneath stuff and go to your 2nd and 3rd read some, but we got to stay aggressive.
Oh, better look out! Breaks into the open. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the 1st down. They've got it at the 40.
And they just kind of sneaked that one in there as a defensive guy, 3rd and 5+. I'm thinking pass. They were thinking pass, Palmer, and they slipped the run in.
And it's so nice then to have this guy at running back too, right? Because you could throw it to him on 3rd down or hand it off. And he's got the vision and the athleticism to go pick up that first, keep the drive going.
Gets it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down.
Man, these are killers, right? Late in the game, in the 4th quarter, you're getting to the quarterback, but he does such a great job scrambling around. When you do this, you get extra 1st downs. You start to wear those defensive linemen out. So late in the game, this could pay off. Great job getting the 1st down.
Most important part of a clutch drive. Piece together some 1st downs. Get in position. And here they are on 1st and 10.
Every offense wants to be able to run the ball and be physical, especially on 1st down. And you want to create 2nd and short, 3rd and short, or just get 1st downs like that run right
there. And they are looking to pull even with a touchdown here in the 4th quarter. A 1st down run on the doorstep. He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. If they can get it into the end zone here, they can really turn up the heat in this one. 3rd and goal. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
Man, great execution. That is how it's done late in the football game. Now, all you need is that extra point. Bring the kicker out there. This is what you do. Just like practice, knock it through the uprights, tie this football game, and we might be looking at overtime soon.
Let's go! Let's go!
Got his man quickly. He will not make it to the end zone. The 2-point conversion attempt fails, and they are still down by 1 here deep in the game. 30 seconds left on the clock, and their last gasp will come down to getting this onside kick. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Oh, he's got a chance. And that's a very productive 1st down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. The defense will take a timeout. 25 seconds left to play. The Knights with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Motion from the wideout. Wants to fire on second down. Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete.
Well, no doubt that's where the quarterback wanted to go with the ball from jump, but better job by the defense forcing the incompletion.
Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Leaves it with the back. Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss. Timeout is called by the defense. 19 ticks remaining. The Knights will call on their punt team. They ought to be able to use this first punt to pin them deep. That thing was down for a while, but the big bounce carried it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Making side adjustments here. First play of the drive, wants to throw. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And it's picked off for the third time today. Going the other way, and he's got room. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. Running out the clock, a mere formality between them and a victory as we have victory formation coming. The quarterback takes a knee.